Hi guys, I'm back. I was debating whether I was going to do this today, but hey, why not? I'm trying my best to be consistent in videotaping, but I haven't been doing a good job because I've been traveling for modeling. But hey, it's okay. How have you guys been with my 7 viewers, subscribers? But it's okay because with God's will, He's gonna move it on up. But I'm not here for viewers or subscribers. I'm just here to make an impact with you guys or with someone out here, and hoping that my testimonies, the things that I have gone through, I hope that it blesses you. I hope that it helps you in some kind of way or helps somebody that you know. Okay. I'm thinking that I'm going to talk about what I went through last year with breast cancer. Because many of you all know that breast cancer in the Black community is like in a very, very high rate. It doesn't matter if you from your 20s, your early 20s, all the way up to, heck, 100 years old. Because I knew a lady that developed breast cancer at 100 years old. But luckily, she's still alive. Thank God. But what happened with me last year, I'm just going to give you all a summary of what happened with me last year. So me and my sister called me last year around about this time, and she called. She's like, "Hey girl, hey," and I'm like, "Hey girl, hey," and she's like, "You want to go get a free mammogram?" And I'm like, "No, I really don't, because I had one like when I was 35." But she's like, "No girl, you're about to be 40, and it's time for you to go and get another one." So I'm thinking in my head, like, you know what? It really is time to go get another one, because the people told me when I got 35 that, okay, in 5 years, then come back when you're 40 or maybe 41 to get another one done, because the first one was fine. So I was like, okay, I will call and I will schedule one and we'll go at the same time. And so that's what I did. So long story short, we went to, I met her at the place down here in Mississippi where we get mammograms done. And so I just had this odd feeling in my stomach. I'm talking about my stomach was boiling. You know, when you're nervous, your stomach boil, your stomach hurt. I know mine was just like, it was hurting so bad, y'all. And I'm just like, and I'm feeling in my heart, and God's just tugging in my heart like, don't go in. And I ignored him. Don't be like me. When you hear that little intuition or hear God talking to you with that small voice in your ear, listen to him. So, okay, of course, I went on in. We signed up. We signed some papers or whatever. And so we went. It didn't take long to get to the back because the line was kind of long, but it went pretty fast. So, we went on to the back, and they called my sister first. And you guys, it didn't take her but maybe anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes to get the mammogram done and then to get her results. So they called me in right after her, and so I went and got my mammogram done. And so she came, she's like, "Okay, I'm ready to go to the front and go get me some snacks." I'm like, "Cool, okay, I'll meet you out there." Y'all, 20 minutes passed by, 30 minutes passed by, 40 minutes passed by. And then by that time, I'm just like, okay, God, what is really going on? Because I've had a mammogram done before, and it took less than 30 minutes before they even came out from the back and told me, "Okay, Miss Scott, you're fine to leave." So you guys, I was waiting back in the back for like an hour and 30 minutes. Everybody else from the back, everybody that's with me, it's like 5 more people that's back there with me. They already called their name. And I'm like, okay, God, what is going on? What they about to tell me? Because I just had that feeling like they finna tell me something. So they're like, "Miss Scott, can you come to the back?" So I go in this little smaller area, maybe like it was like a little box. And the nurse came in and she was like, "Miss Scott, I have some not so good news." And I'm just like, okay, you can, she took a deep breath, and I'm like, "Ma'am, can you just tell me, because I have some little places, some errands I need to run today and places I need to be at a certain time." And she's like, "I'm sorry to tell you that you have breast cancer." And you guys, I'm like, "No, did y'all check? Did the doctors actually see that?" No, that's not what God told me, because God told me no sickness, no disease, no illnesses, nothing would come near me. And I told her I stand by Proverbs. Well, I'm sorry. I stand by Psalms 91. And I pray that over my life, my family life, every single day. And she's just like, okay, I hear that. But the doctor seen breast cancer in your right breast. And I was like, okay. And so by that time, y'all, I'm very confused in the head, because I'm just like, God is a God that he's not going to lie to me. He never has lied to me. He has always been so, so good to me. And I'm like, I just don't understand. Like, why are they lying to me? But anywho, the lady, she was just like, okay, Miss Scott, when would you like to come back in so we can start your treatment? Y'all, by that time, I wanted to just like go off on this lady. But I didn't. I kept my composure. And, I'm just like, I'm bringing down, I'm calming down, because I was up here, because I'm just like, I know this false. But I'm just going to listen to her and see what she has to say. So she's like, when do you want to come back in? We can make arrangements. So do you have insurance? And I'm like, okay. She said, so when you leave out of here, go to the other room. They're going to call you and give them your insurance card so we can set up schedules for you to start having chemo. I'm like, what? Y'all, seriously, that's how I was. The same way I'm talking to you guys, it's the same way how I was with her. I'm like, huh? And she's like, yeah, you have to just set up chemo treatments and start radiation and all like that. And do you know what the Cancer Treatment Center is? And I'm like, yes, it's over. I know where it is. I'm pretty sure it's like not too far from here. But yes, I know exactly where it is. And she's like, okay, so here's your paper. And she gave me some papers dealing with breast cancer and the procedures and radiation and chemo pills and all this stuff. And she put everything in a green envelope. So I'm leaving out the little room, going back to change. And I'm just very confused right now. So I go put my clothes on. I meet my sister. And she's like, girl, why do you have this envelope? This green envelope. I'm like, well, her name is Shanita. And I'm like, girl, they told me I had breast cancer. She said, what? You sure? I'm like, girl, yes. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, nigga, yes. Yes, I'm sure. That's how we play like that. She's not really a nigga, but we play like that. You'll get it. If you get it, you get it. You don't. That's how we play. And I'm like, yes. And she's like, girl, it's nothing wrong with you. Just go with the protocol, go and do everything they said you're supposed to do, and everything's going to be okay. So I was leaving her. I went all around the tables. We had to collect a whole lot of stuff. And the lady called my name. And so I went back into the little room. And she got my insurance card. And she was like, okay, so we're going to give you a call on this day to schedule all your appointments and everything so we can proceed with the chemo treatment. I'm like, okay, ma'am. And she's like, are you okay? She said, you're so young, and you're too young to have breast cancer. And I was like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I understand what they're saying, but I don't have it. And so she's just like, you look like you're like 23. I said, well, no, ma'am. I'm about to be 40 years old. I'm 39 right now. And I'm about to be 40 in a month or so. She's like, oh, okay. I will be praying for you. And a lot of women go through this and they make it out. And some, I don't want to say, but some they don't. But as long as you have a good support system, you're going to be fine. And I'm like, oh, okay, ma'am, okay. But I didn't want to be disrespectful to her, because it wasn't her fault. Like, she didn't do anything. And I'm like, thank you so much, ma'am. And so we left. After I left from her, I met up with my sister again. And so we got our free gift card so we can get us some gas or get us some food or whatever we wanted to get. And so when I left there, she immediately called me. And she was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. I said, no. I said, because I know what God promised me. I know what God said to me, and I stand on his word. And I know it's nothing wrong with me. And while they saying that something's wrong with me, I just don't understand. And she's like, girl, maybe you just got dense breasts, because me and your sister, me and our sister, We both got dense breasts. And I was just like, girl, y'all breasts bigger than mine. I got some little scrawny breasts. It's nothing. Y'all probably is okay. Y'all probably do got dense breasts, but what if I do? She's like, don't think like that. We're not gonna think like that. We're just gonna wait and see exactly, what's going on with you. I said, okay. And she said, you just go home, you get you a bite to eat, you rest, and don't let this disturb you. If anything, you continue to keep focused and you continue to pray every single day. And when you go back, everything's gonna be okay. So I got home, I got me something good to eat, and then that's when everything started. And I'm like, oh, God, I know it's nothing wrong with me. These people trying to say something wrong with me, and it's nothing wrong. And y'all, I started panicking, as we all do when we get bad news. And so for the next month, that's how I was. Like, I was stressing so bad, and I'm like, God, I need your help. I need your help. I need you to help me. I need you to give me strength, because I know what you said to me, and I know it's nothing wrong with me. And I heard him say, go in the bathroom and anoint your breast every single day, and don't skip a day. I was like, huh? And I was like, okay, that's what I do. And from that first day until it's time for me to go back, that's exactly what I did every single day. And sometimes I did it twice a day. So fast forward, I went, I think it was like a week later, week and a half later, I got a phone call from a nurse. And so she set up my appointment. I was like, okay, cool. She's like, okay, Stephanie, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna proceed with your chemo treatment. At first, you gotta go back and you got to get more tests done. I said, okay, cool. So she asked me what would be a good time to go. And I said, well, it'll be a good time for, can I call you back? Can I get back in touch with you? And she was like, sure, you can get back in touch with me. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So I made it back. Well, from where I had to go, I made it back, and then I gave her a phone call. And so she scheduled me for a Monday. You guys, she told me everywhere I needed to be. Come to find out, where I went to was a clinic. Who gets tests done, a mammogram, with more biopsy and all of that? Who gets all of that done at a clinic? Basically a health department. So fast forward, I went there, and I'm like, why did you send me here? And so I did all the protocol, gave my insurance to the people, and I went to the back and laid like, so what are you here for? You here for your annual? You here to get your wellness checkup? And I'm like, no, ma'am. I'm here to get a procedure done to, they told me I had breast cancer, so I'm trying to go get a biopsy and trying to start whatever they said. I said, but I'm not putting it over my own life, because I know that's not what God told me I had. And she's like, well, I don't know why they're sending everybody over here to get treatment done, and this is a clinic. Like, and so she called back over to the place where I was at the hospital. And to make a long story short, I had to wait another close to a month. I think it was a month. Yes, it probably was a month to go back to the same place that I went previously. So guys, I had to wait another month before I get results done again. So in my mind, I'm just like, oh, I started panicking again. Couldn't hardly eat, couldn't hardly sleep. And I said, you know what I'm gonna do? God, I need you. So I continue to go into prayer. When I say I pray like no other, because I know when it comes with me, and when I get bad news, when I'm just like, sorry guys, when I get bad news, I start stressing. I don't want to eat. I don't want to do anything. I just want to just sit and just sit and just sit until that time comes for me to go and get my results. And I'm like, no, I can't do that to myself. No. God has brought me through so much in my life, and I just can't sit here and just panic like that. Like, no, I can't do that. So I got better, of course. So after then, they scheduled again. I had to go, and I had to wait, and then I had to go get another biopsy done. So this particular day, it was on a Wednesday. I'm not sure the exact date, but it was on a Wednesday. And so I went in, guys, I was so nervous, so nervous. But I was like, God, I trust you. I anointed my breast every day, like you said, and sometimes twice, 3 times a day. And he's just like, it's nothing wrong with you. Everything's gonna be fine. So I went in there. I prayed before I went in there, and I'm like, okay, God, you're with me. Calm my nerves, and I just need you to help me, and I need for my result to come back as I'm fine. So you guys, I laid on the table and everything. Well, actually, I did 2 procedures on me. And so the second one, the first one was the same thing I did before, where they had to get your breast and smash it down and do all that. It's so uncomfortable. And so the second one, I laid down on the table, and she put some gel on my breast and up on my arms. And she's like, Stephanie? I was like, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She was like, I don't know what the doctor thought that he seen a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, but you don't have breast cancer. You guys, I tell you guys, there was such a relief. And I told the nurse, I was just like, ma'am, I knew wasn't anything wrong with me. Like, I knew that, but I can't tell them because, of course, they're doctors and they're supposed to know it all. And she's just like, well, the only thing that we see that I didn't see, she said, and she's sitting there comparing the months before till today, like the sonograms. And she's just like, I'm seeing what was there last time. And I'm seeing it too, it's like this size up until that day. And she's like, well, the only thing that's there is a little cyst that wasn't there when you first came. Yeah, I went from the doctor saying that I had breast cancer to 2 months later, probably a month and a half, I probably got the timing wrong, to having a very small cyst in the same breast, in the right breast, that wasn't there the first time. And she said it came from being stressed. If y'all can't tell me that God is a miracle worker and he's a promise keeper and he hears our prayers, then I can't tell you what more. Because I was jumping, I wanted to jump off that table with no bra on. But I didn't because I was covered, but I just didn't want to expose her like that. But I'm just being real. And I'm just like, God, I just thank you. I just praise you. And she's like, okay, Miss Scott, everything looks good. Next time, try not to just stress out. And she's just like, I'm younger than you. And I have 10 cysts because, girl, I got 3 kids and I be stressed out. They be stressing me out. Then I got a husband. And she was just like, but I'm fine. I'm not gonna just stress about it because cysts don't really just turn into cancer. And she's like, just please, from now on, whatever you do, or, you know, any female that you know, tell them, do not stress. Because when you stress, for women, it sends your body into a shock, basically, because we have so many hormones, so many things that's going on in our body. We're ovulating, we got ovaries, we got all of this stuff, and it literally does damage on us more than we actually know when we're stressing. So I got up, she's like, okay, see you next time, Miss Scott. If you come next year, then, you know, you probably have to start coming every year, every 2 years, because you're getting older, and we just want to make sure you're fine. I said, okay, thank you so much, ma'am. You have a great evening. And you guys, I got up and I went into the little small room, that changing area. And y'all, when I say I started praising God, I'm like, yeah, excuse me, but I'm being real. Like, that's exactly how I was in the bathroom. Just like, God, I thank you. I praise you. I thank you. I praise you for just being here for me. And just being a man and a God of your word. And that's what I stand on every single day. Whatever I just go through, I stand on that. And I was just praising him in the bathroom. And so I got dressed, put my clothes on, got my purse and everything. And I'm just jumping, going down the hallway, jumping, y'all. Just excited, like, God, I thank you for keeping me. I thank you that it's nothing wrong with my breast. And I just thank you and I just praise you. And I'm going like this and I'm touching myself. And y'all, I realized I didn't put my bra back on. So I sprinted down the hallway because I seen this old lady. She was going in there and she was going to get ready to get herself undressed. And I like, excuse me, ma'am. I forgot my bra in the bathroom. Can I go in here and just change? And she's like, yes, baby, go on, baby, go on. And so I went in there and I changed, and I was like, thank you so much. And she said, you must got some exciting news. And I was like, yes, ma'am. And she's like, well, praise God. She said, that's what I'm here for, because when you were here the last time, I remember seeing your pretty face. I got some bad disturbing news. And she's like, just pray for me. I said, ma'am, God is a miracle worker. He truly is, and it's nothing wrong with you. And I said, I'm going to wait for you. And so you tell me your good news, because I will be praying for you. Y'all, I went down the hallway, and I stood by the door, and I waited for her. And her results came back that she's fine. And it's just a small cyst that magically appeared on her as well. And I'm just like, God, I just thank you. I just praise you, because you are so faithful. You are so loving, and you love your children. You guys, he loves us. So if any one of you all are dealing with breast cancer, going through anything in life, just know that God is a healer. He's a deliverer. He's a way maker. He's a promise keeper. And the thing is that I'm realizing, after all these years of going through so much that I've gone through, if you believe that you're healed, if you believe in your mind that you are healed, without a shadow of a doubt, you are healed. If you think that you're sick, if you think that something is really wrong with you, then that's what is going to happen. So, you guys, just be positive, regardless of whatever you're going through. If it's depression, somebody left you, you're going through a divorce, your friends left you, you lost your job, you have no money. Trust in God, and don't lose your faith. Whatever you do, your faith, and I'm just being honest with you, your faith is going to waver. We're human. I'm human. Mine did the same thing. But I'm like, God, I trust you. God, I believe you. And I'm reading his word, and I'm just leaning and depending on him. And he did that for me. And I know if he do it for me, he can do it for you as well. From the doctor saying that I had breast cancer, guys, to going to a very, very tiny, not even a pea-sized cyst that wasn't there. Can't nobody tell me that God not real. I've seen him too many times to not to know that he's real. I pray that this encourages somebody. I pray that whatever you guys are going through, no matter what it is, trust God. Have faith that he's going to bring you out. And also, when your faith wavers, try to remember back to that time when you was at your lowest and you thought you weren't going to ever make it out. And he did it. He brought you out. Because when it comes to me, when I'm going through so much that I'm going through, because I'm going through something right now that you guys have no idea what I went through and what I'm currently going through. But I'll tell that on another show for another different day. But every time I go through something, I'm trying to remember, God, help me to remember what you brought me out of from the last time, and the last time, and the last time, and the last time. Because as long as we're on this earth, we're going to go through something. We're going to go through things. But as long as we have God, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nisi, Jehovah Shalom, he's going to bring us out. And you have to trust and believe that. I'm a living witness. I've been through so much in my life. And nothing, no person, no disease, no illnesses, nothing has broke me. It may have broken me, my spirit, for a little bit, but I didn't stay down. So if it's somebody out there just going through something, it's going to be okay. Trust and believe. God wakes you up the next day. You have purpose. He has a plan for your life, and you're going to make it. You're going to make it. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. And I pray that you guys have the most amazing Thursday ever, because I'm going to get ready to go out and enjoy this beautiful sunshine before it rains with some people that I met when I'm working out. And yeah, you guys have the most amazing day. Peace.